Hello, this is Tito Torre again. I tried making several silhouettes in Sinro, but the top knot made it obvious which character it was, no matter the pose. Like Serena Yang question 1, I made it as easy as a giveaway question. This is Gouki, a Tekken character who even crossed over into the old Street Fighter series and is causing chaos. I really hope he only appears in Tekken 8 and doesn't show up in Street Fighter 6. In the Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo video, I showed how overpowered Gouki was, but this time, Gouki is a bit different. This time, it's not just Gouki, it's Shin Gouki, the boss-only version. They say this is the first official series where Shin Gouki appears, but I'm not really sure. As far as I know, the CPU Gouki in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo was also Shin Gouki, so please tell me why 02 is considered the first. If you play 02 Alpha, you can fight the boss as Shin Gouki immediately. The character is strong and the AI is tough, making it a real challenge. It tracks me and uses unbeatable moves exactly when I use my special moves. The AI is crazy. Shin Gouki's default color is a purple GI. At the round start, Masatsugu Haru's aura also appears. Shin Gouki's basic moves are overall just a little better than the normal version. Shin Gouki's hurt box is a bit smaller, and the attack hitboxes are almost the same. But in fighting games, isn't the startup frame just as important as hitboxes? Even when I set it so that both use the same button for light punch, Shin Gouki overwhelmingly wins. The crouching light punch also has almost the same hitbox, but there's a difference in the startup frames. I'm pressing the same button to activate it, just like with the standing light punch. Small differences can affect the outcome. If you look closely at the light kick, Shin Gouki's hitbox is a bit more advantageous, but the difference isn't huge, and Shin Gouki starts up faster. For someone like Go Sensei, who's a combo machine, the crouching light punch is also one of the most important basic moves. The hitboxes are so similar you can only notice a difference side by side, and this minor variation only affects light basic moves. The standing medium punch is the basic move that clearly shows the difference between real and fake. It has 2 motions, but can you notice the hitbox size difference in the final one? Let me show you just how crazy its performance is by comparing it to Chibuki's anti-air ability. Chibuki's medium punch doesn't have a very large hitbox, so it's easy to get beaten by the opponent's jump attacks. But with Jinofuki, thanks to its insane hitbox size, you can anti-air with just 1 button. You might think its startup frames are slower than Chibuki's, but they're not, it just wins. This is Gouki's crouching medium punch, which is great for poking. There's really not much difference in the hitbox itself compared to Chibuki. It's not as big a difference as you might think. Of course, its startup frames are faster than Chibuki's. Earlier, I mentioned that even a very small difference can change the outcome. Jinopki's hitbox is just a bit larger, but the difference is subtle. Chibuki's attack doesn't reach, but Jinopki's attack does. And here's another crazy normal move, the standing medium kick. Thanks to its huge hitbox, you can always rely on it no matter how high the opponent attacks from. The hurt box is completely hidden inside, making this a really ridiculous normal. Even if Bison tries a head stomp, a single standing medium kick will cleanly cut it off. This is the core crouching medium kick for pork rib style. No normal is better for controlling space and starting combos safely. The attack hitbox of Jinopki is just slightly bigger than that of Jabuki. You can only see Jinopki is bigger when compared like this. It's a heavy punch that's superior to Jabuki in every way. Jinuki activates faster, and the heavy punch has an attack range almost like a projectile. The reach of Jinuki's heavy punch is overwhelmingly longer than Jabuki's. The reason this has such insane performance compared to Jabuki isn't just the reach. Jabuki's standing heavy punch is a single hit normal that can't be cancelled, but Jinuki's has an extremely long reach and can even be cancelled, making its performance crazy. This is the crazy anti-air move, Crouching Heavy Punch. Jakuma's Crouching Heavy Punch performs decently, but its hitbox is honestly quite unreliable. Jinkuma has several anti-air normal moves, but the best among them is the Crouching Heavy Punch. Jakuma's uppercut loses if the opponent's move has even slightly higher priority. But as we saw earlier, Jinkuma's move is insanely strong. It can at least trade, and most of the time it just cuts through everything. Actually, it's a heavy kick, a basic move that you don't really need to use as your main attack. It's 2 frames slower than the heavy punch and can't be cancelled, making it almost useless. I mentioned it to compare with Gouki. First of all, it has a slightly longer reach and a faster startup frame. Well, the reach and startup of basic moves might not seem that important, but while Gouki can't cancel anything, Gouki can cancel into special moves like this. Because of Street Fighter's characteristics, there are too many jumping normals, so I'll only show the main one, the jumping medium kick. The performance of the other normals is better than Gouki's, but honestly, there's really no reason to use them. The jumping medium kick's hitbox is so strong it breaks through anything, both in front and behind. Jumping over your opponent and pressing medium kick results in a cross-up or reverse cross-up. I'm not joking, if you try it yourself, you'll wonder how this is even possible because of how ridiculous the hitbox is. Whether it's from the front or anywhere else, once you land a hit, you can easily pull off Go Sun-Seng's basic combo. Our Go Sun-Seng has as many as 3 special moves, and 2 of them are insanely powerful. The move I'm showing you now is called Double Palm Strike, and it has a mid-level hitbox. Startup is slow, but the damage is great, and it's a wild, risk-free special move. Even if the opponent guards, Gouki is completely safe. Few other command normals are this safe while using overhead mind games. The only downside is that it can't be cancelled. The second command normal is the spinning kick. It's like the previous one, but this command normal is absurdly strong for applying pressure. It moves forward, making it good for pushing the opponent back while closing in. Usually, approach-type moves or command normals like this are a disaster if they get blocked, but Mr. Go's spinning kick is absurdly strong because you can use it with almost no risk. What's wild is it's just -1 frame, so if both the opponent and I guard, that's it. Jabarugi's Hadouken startup frames match Ken's in fighting games. But what's crazy about Gouki is that the frames from startup to recovery are way too short. I'm firing projectiles and continuously inputting jumps, and it's clear that Gouki is visibly faster. Even Ryu, whose fireball is one of the fastest among the playable characters, still can't beat Gouki's frame data. Gouki's startup is just a little bit faster. The middle motion is almost invisible. It's also suitable for regular use. This is the air fireball, which is basically used as a keep-out move. Gouki only fires 1 shot and starts up slowly, but Gouki fires 2 shots and starts up much faster. If you play as Shin Akuma against the computer, using the Sky Chamgong Hadouken makes it too easy. Jin Chamgong can also be used for insane combos. So instead of using jumping normals, you can safely push in with Chamdong. This works with Giga, and it's also insanely strong for rushdown, making it Jinoki's main technique. Basic anti-air moves are good, but the Shoryu is just completely invincible. In the case of Gouki, it has a decent Shoryu with no invincibility at all. But as you'd expect from a martial arts obsessive, Gouki never forgives an opponent's jump or jumping attack. The hitbox is only 2, and until the altitude drops, there is no hurt box, which is insane performance. So in Jabuki's case, even if the Shoryuken goes up like this, it often loses. But Juniki's move activates very quickly and has full body invincibility, so it's really reliable. It's hard to tell, but it's really good. It's a move you can trust and use without any hesitation. Next is Gouki's insane move, Forward Teleport. It does have a bit of a hurt box, so it's vulnerable to low attacks, but first and foremost, it's insanely effective at shaking up your opponent's guard. When the move ends and you overlap with your opponent, it creates a situation where neither you nor your opponent knows which side you'll end up on. I didn't know where I'd come out either, so I just threw out a heavy punch. Gouki can occasionally link a crouching heavy punch after light punches, but it's tough. With Jiniki's faster startup, it's more feasible, still hard, but doable. Canceling into a light forward dash from a crouching heavy punch and using this creates an infinite combo. Thanks to the fast active frames, even combos like this can be used more easily than with Gouki. This is Master Go's signature Tatsu. You can use it anytime, on the ground or in the air. If you use this well, it will really help you deal big damage. Basically, just like with Tatsu, it's common knowledge for Gouki users that you can land a follow-up hit. Using this with original combos and command normals creates a powerful technique that can cause stuns. The downside is you have to mash a lot, which tires your hands. You can use Gouki similarly, but its late attack hitbox prevents a Chinooki combo. If you use it as a wild anti-air, you can still get a stun. I honestly thought my hand was going to break doing Senpunksa. Gouki also has a hitbox, but unlike Chinooki, it's impossible to get a stun with it. Still, the damage isn't bad. This is Shungoku Satsu, Gouki's trademark move. Chinooki is extremely fast and covers a great distance. In comparison, Chibuki is definitely much slower and doesn't go as far. As for damage, Chinooki is insanely powerful. It's strong enough to turn the tide of a match in a single blow. Chibuki's damage is decent, but not worth spending 3 energy bars, just for reference. With Chinooki, you can use it after a heavy punch and even cancel into it. Chinooki has a crazy combo route that guarantees a follow-up with Raging Demon. If you make them guard your command normal and time Raging Demon right, they can't jump out. Its forward motion makes opponents nervous, and the guaranteed Raging Demon is just crazy. Joshi. That's all for the 02 Shin Akuma that I prepared. Playable Akuma isn't bad, but to really keep the concept of a true martial arts master, I think you need to bring in a character with the performance level of Shin Akuma. I forgot something while editing, so I'm adding this extra summary. Shin Akuma has the ability to recover immediately even when stunned, and his neutral stance has an unfairly smaller hurt box compared to Chibuki. In Tekken, he definitely fits that extreme martial arts master concept in Tekken, but I wish they'd stop adding Street Fighter characters to the main series. They claim he has low health and is easily stunned, but when they're attacking, they ignore how strong and easy their hits are. That's all from Dolly so far. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, and leave a comment.